We welcome you inside the Walker Convocation Center on the campus of West Virginia State University as Video Productions proudly presents Mountain East Conference basketball. Mountain East Conference basketball action is presented tonight by the Little General Stores. Great prices, convenient places. Visit your local Little General Stores today. Alongside my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin, I'm Andrew Miller, here to bring you guys live coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball. Game producer for tonight's live streaming broadcast is Robbie Mounts. Camera operators are Josiah Mounts and Garrett Lester. Executive producer for Video Productions is Butch Mounts. We're glad you could be with us back inside the 1,300-seat Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena for tonight's MEC doubleheader featuring the Falcons of Notre Dame College and tonight's hosts, the Yellow Jackets of West Virginia State University. Coach, we bring you in here once again, and we've got an interesting coaching matchup here this evening. Youth versus experience. Head coach Brian Poore, 22nd season at the helm for West Virginia State. They are 1-1 after that very close loss here against Glenville. They went on the road and got things done in a good way against Concord. Second-year head coach Mark Richmond for Notre Dame. Now, he's been places, but this is just his second year as the head man at Notre Dame. They are 0-1, had their last game canceled with Wheeling.
Andrew, two really good coaches here. I've known both coaches for a long time, had the opportunity to coach against Coach Poore. And Coach Richmond and I were on the same staff at East Tennessee State. So we go back a long ways. Two very different types of basketball to be played tonight. You know, West Virginia State is going to attack after every made basket, get into a full court run and jump, while Notre Dame will be more of your traditional half-court man-to-man defensive team.
Yeah, what we witnessed from West Virginia State in game number one was high-octane, up-tempo basketball, which is kind of the MO of the MEC. A lot of teams really do like to play that run-and-gun, up-and-down style. Lots of points scored, lots of excitement. If you're a fan of offense in basketball, you're most definitely going to enjoy these MEC games. But that will be an interesting matchup between the two of them. And again, West Virginia State 1-1 in the South. They are at the middle of the pack. West Virginia State right now sitting at third, tied with Concord at second. Glenville State at the top at 2-0. On the north side, Notre Dame is 0-1. Again, they are at the bottom of the pack, just one game so far for them. You talk about Coach Richmond. He's been a well-traveled coach. He spent time at Youngstown State, Fordham, East Tennessee State with you as well. He was across the way at University of Charleston for a little bit. He even spent some time up at Wvsu with Coach Beeline and Coach Huggins.
Yeah, he's a nomad. He gets around, but this is his first head coaching job. And, you know, tonight's game, 14 out of his 15 kids a couple of nights ago was their first ever Division II game. So he's coming in here with not much experience, but he's been around a lot of great coaches. His kids will know how to respond, and I think that he's very high for the future of this program.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups first off for Coach Mark Richmond's Notre Dame Falcon team. Again, 0-1 all-conference games here. Leading off will be the 5'11 sophomore guard out of Toledo, Ohio, Jordan Burton. And again, Burton coming back off of a tremendous season last year, averaged 9.7 points a game, had 102 total assists. That was tied for first in the conference. The shooting guard is a 6-foot junior from Flint, Michigan, Jordan Rowland, and he transferred in from Mott Community College in Flint, Michigan. Tylen Crawford, the 6'3 junior guard out of Woodbridge, Virginia. And again, he's also a transfer in from Northern Virginia Community College. He was a second-team all-region performer at that level. The 6'4 junior guard, Michael Sampson, out of Houston, Texas. Again, first opportunity last game to get some college experience. Rounding out the lineup will be the 6'6" junior forward from New York City, New York, Elijah Barnett, transferred in from SUNY Ulster County. He was an all-conference first-team selection for them. For West Virginia State and Coach Brian Poor in his 22nd season, we said the three-headed monster the first time we played. It has now become the four-headed monster, absolutely, led by the forward-turn point guard, Anthony Pittman, the 6'5" sophomore out of Charleston, West Virginia. Glenn Abram, the leading scorer on this team this year, the senior 6'2" out of Chicago, Illinois. Gus Stone coming back after a year out, and he has made do in his first couple of games in a uniform. The senior guard is 6'5" out of Baltimore, Maryland. Jeremiah Moore, the senior forward, 6'6" out of West Orange, New Jersey. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Yellow Jackets, the 6'6" junior forward, Jihad Shockley out of Columbus, Ohio. We're just getting set to go here tonight. Notre Dame College and West Virginia State University. Glad you could join us on Video Productions. We'll be back with the opening tip after this.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
The Honda Passport is full of possibilities. And with plenty of cargo space and underfloor storage, you can fill it with gear too. Pack your weekend with adventure in the Honda Passport.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
The Honda CR-V EX is loaded with premium features that you don't have to pay a premium for. Like a turbocharged engine for great performance and fuel efficiency. With advanced features like a blind spot information system. Plus, Apple CarPlay integration for your iPhone. And the best part is, in the CR-V, premium is standard. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Huggs sent.
We welcome you back inside the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena on the campus of West Virginia State University. Video Productions proudly presents live streaming coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball alongside my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. I'm Andrew Miller. Officials for tonight's game, Bryant Berry, James Duke, and Ricky Post. Here we go, Coach. It is a matchup, as you mentioned, of two different styles. Up and down for West Virginia State, defense, and slow it down for Notre Dame.
West Virginia State starting on the first possession with a little box set, trying to get the ball inside to Moore to use his height advantage down low.
We talked about this Notre Dame team and some of the statistics that they have. This is a four-headed monster for West Virginia State and Coach Brian Poor. 4 guys averaging double-digit scoring. And they are led by Glenn Abram.
Glenn Abrams is a ball player, can put it in the basket from anywhere.
Foul early on the defensive side for Notre Dame, and right back, a foul goes against West Virginia State on a reach. That'll be Glenn Abrams first. That last foul was on Tylen Crawford for Notre Dame College on the opposite side. Again, Glenn Abrams averaging 28 points per game. He leads the way, but right behind him, Jeremiah Moore, 20.5. Gus Stone with 18.5. Anthony Pittman with 14.5 points a game. It's a very talented offense for West Virginia State. Shot clock winding down. A tremendous drive in from Jordan Rowland, the junior.
Nice move by Burton, going underneath and getting the reverse layup.
When all else breaks down, Coach, it's nice to have someone who's quick and can drive. West Virginia State keeping it on the perimeter. Here's a three by Pittman. That's off the mark. In transition down the court. Nice save in by Sampson. And now Notre Dame will clear it. Back out top it goes to Jordan Rowland, junior out of Flint, Michigan. Here's a spot up three from the right wing. That's too strong. And the Yellow Jackets in transition. Here's Pittman attacking, slicing two defenders. Can't get the shot to fall. Putback is unable to be tipped in by Shockley. And now on the attack, Notre Dame straight up to the basket it goes, and it's swatted back against the backboard by Pittman. Stone, here's a transition three. That's off the mark. Everybody cold early.
Now look for Notre Dame here. Look how they like to go to the high post. Now they're in their cut, and this is a lot of, now right there, that's the Bob Huggins offense, where they pass and cut through. The trip before was an offense that Beeline really prefers, throwing it into the high elbow and hitting cutters. So already you see Mark Richmond putting both of those guys into his offense.
And see the influence from second-year coach Mark Richmond. Here's a drive by Abram. Absorbs the contact from Rowland. The basket is good, and an and-one opportunity for Glenn Abram.
Abram does not need, he can create his own offense. Right there, you know, what the coaching staff did for him there is just kept the floor spread. He's so good at getting all the way to the basket and finishing.
Abram unable to complete the three-point play opportunity. And we're tied early at 2 apiece. Working it out top are the Falcons. Some good extended defense results in a turnover. Run out Abram behind the back. More attacking, rolls it off the front of the rim. Back in transition. The Falcons, here's the pull-up for Burton, and that one was beautiful.
Jordan Burton, first possession, he gets all the way to the basket for a layup. And now with the great pull-up jumper to give Notre Dame the lead.
Burton with 24 points in that first game loss. Here's a three from the lefty Stone. That's off the mark. Good attack at the rebound by Barnett. And the Falcons will slow it down and run the offense. Now you see that high pick coming, Coach. That just, it really does remind you very much of the Beeline and Huggins group. And here's another steal, though, by Abram. No good for Stone. Good hustle by Stone, though. It'll stay in the hands of West Virginia State. Quick three thrown up by Moore's off the mark.
Both teams trying to build a new room here in this arena. A lot of bricks being thrown up early in this one.
Such an interesting situation with no fans in the stands.
Oh, beautiful pass.
Oh, beautiful give and go. Jordan Rowland delivered a nice bounce pass.
Michael Sampson on the finish. Great offense run by Notre Dame here.
6-2 early lead. Here's a lob inside to Moore. Double team. Muscles it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. That one's no good. And it'll stay with West Virginia State. That's something that Moore provides you, Coach. That length, that height, and that jumping ability.
And look on the Alabama's play here. They like to get Moore the ball. If they can get it to him close to the basket, they will. If not, he likes to flash back to the elbow and get it. And there he goes, right to the elbow. Had to spread out. Now they run a little flex action. Great flex action over there.
Open on the wing, and there is the three by Glenn Abram.
Yeah, they went right into the flex pick, cutting across by Abram. And when Abram's man had to help a little, they set a down pick for Abram. Wide open three. Great execution by West Virginia State on the Alabama's play.
Abram with all 5 of West Virginia State's points. Trayon Watkins, who's come in at that last break, is out top. Again, he's a three-point threat. Speaking of three-point threats, that one drilled in the far right corner by Tylen Crawford.
Crawford, feet set, great follow through.
Out top, Watkins again. He's got sick range. Over to Abram, though, again, and he sees his second one go through. Boy, if you're Coach Mark Richmond from Notre Dame, you do not want to see that guy get going.
No, Abram could shoot it, and ref gave him a warning there of talking to Notre Dame bench, and now he's down there telling Coach Poore the same thing.
Good drive and attack, but as Marquise Johnson was getting past Abram, dribbled it off his foot, out of bounds. And a timeout is whistled.
Right here's Abram, feet set, knocks it down. Then he had something to say to the bench over there, and they're not going to let that go tonight. I see Coach Richmond walked out to the referees just now, and he told him, you don't let him do that. So we'll see if Abram changes on that.
2 early threes by Glenn Abram, but Notre Dame leads it 9-8. Media timeout. We'll be back after this. Sure, if he gets going, man.
Yeah, he doesn't need to talk to anybody. He's too good.
Yeah.
I may even address that at some point.
Have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
Back inside the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena. First half action, West Virginia State, Notre Dame in Mountain East Conference basketball. Falcons leading early, but Abrams loose again for 3, and that is 3 in a row, Coach.
Yeah, you notice that time he didn't say anything. He's too good. He can let his game do the talking. I mean, the kid's got range when he steps in the gym. He's quick. He's active. He has high energy. Great basketball player.
He's got all 11 of West Virginia State's points. They lead it by 2. You mentioned the official, Bryant Berry, went over and discussed that with Abram and then with his coach. And so you saw the after effects. Still a 3, but no talking from Abram. He's letting his play do the talking. And that was a nice play defensively, Coach, by West Virginia State underneath.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that, Andrew, and see if he fell before the contact. From the angle I had, I thought he fell before the contact, and it should have been a block. Yes, leaning back before the contact, but he did get there, and he did hold his ground.
That charge taken by Savion Marshall Hamilton, the freshman out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio.
My goodness. Oh, my
and
goodness.
Another 3. Boy, Glenn Abram doesn't even give me time to look down at the roster sheet.
He's on fire. Now, he can shoot it from anywhere. I mean, he has big-time All-American talent.
Missed his first three-pointer, has made 4 in a row since that moment. He's got all 14 for West Virginia State. Now here's a steal by Trayon Watkins. A run out and a layup is good.
Watkins, a little smile there. Kind of got his foot stuck on the ground. He's used to shooting it from 25 feet. He doesn't get many of those layups.
Watkins averages off the bench 9 points per game. So he is a spark off the bench for Coach Brian Poore. Notre Dame a little stagnant offensively. A couple of turnovers the last few possessions. They'll get it to Burton. Nice pump fake, but split those feet on the drive. That'll be a turnover.
Didn't need to. Great pump fake. Got the defender in the air, and then got excited to go to the basket.
He did a good job there. Speaking of good job, Coach.
Yeah, there's the good steal. And he gets a little laugh there when he didn't get the elevation that he wanted. But it's 2 points. So they got to do something with Abrams here. I don't know what. They can't leave him open, though.
There's Watkins for 3. That's off back rim. Pittman, look at him attack that. And it'll be last touched off of Jordan Rowland for the Falcons. The thing we talked about with Pittman last Thursday in the Glenville State game was he is a do-it-all kind of player. He'll do everything you need him to do on the floor, such as go from forward to point guard.
Oh, yeah. He can rebound it. He can block shots. He can play the point. Very versatile player.
Filled up the stat sheet in that first game loss, that close 117-114 loss. Here's another three. Abram.
We may be watching history here.
Glenn Abram is unconscious in the first half.
17 points in less than 8 minutes. Now he's limping. He can't limp. You can't go out on that. Yeah, I think he got hurt there.
Here's an attack to the rim by Rowland, and another whistle and another charge whistled. I believe they're going to call that on Jordan Rowland, Coach.
Yeah, I guess I was shook up watching Abrams go over here to the trainer. You realize 17, 34, 16. He's on pace to get about 77 points if he keeps this up. Yeah, they got to get that. Well, it looks like he's over there. He's got his shoe off, going to get his ankle wrapped. Looked like he twisted an ankle. And, boy, he's putting an offensive show on here.
I got the charge listed on Jordan Rowland. And Montrell Horsey, who's in the ballgame, was the one who took that charge. Here's Pittman. A pullback 2-point bucket, and that's huge.
Oh, hard step-back jumper. That's a 19-3 run over the last 3.5 minutes for West Virginia State. Notre Dame's got to get to their go-to play here and try to stop the bleeding.
A little token backcourt pressure for West Virginia State. Now they'll pull out, and Notre Dame in their half-court offense.
Beautiful.
Cold. A nice pass and a beautiful finish out there. That is Michael Sampson.
Great offense on the backdoor cut. Beautiful recognition by the passer. Now somehow they got to get a stop. And West Virginia State's been hitting tough shots. It's not like Notre Dame's playing no defense.
Off a screen, Horsey heading to the basket. And they're going to get a whistle. And they're going to call that one Horsey on a push-off.
Here's the last play. The pick, the roll, no switch. The help's a little late. Good pass by Notre Dame.
Dejan Walker-Bay with that assist on the bucket. Walker-Bay with it out top. Now there's a left wing three. That hits off back rim, and a long rebound knocked out of bounds by Savion Marshall Hamilton for the Yellow Jackets. West Virginia State defense, other than the breakdown on that last play, Coach, been very stingy in this first half so far.
Yes, they have. West Virginia State's been very active. It's easy to be active when the ball's falling through the net like it is for West Virginia State right now. Now there, the help got there quickly. Watkins was the help man on that pick and roll. They hedged the ball pick, so Watkins had to come and show, which caused the turnover.
Miscommunication. Coy Campbell was looking for a backdoor cut from one of his teammates. It did not come, so the turnover gives it back to the Yellow Jackets, the 10:40 mark. Horsey out top. He'll drive left side. Stops, pulls up, shot no good, and a big rebound pulled down by Sampson.
Great move by Horsey. That was a $50 move with a 5-cent finish. But on the other end, now there was a finish.
$50 move with a $100 finish.
Michael Sampson there, nice finish. Nice kiss off the glass.
He broke that drought on the layup the previous series, and he gets a nice high arcing left-handed shot there. Here's Trayon Watkins attacking, and then it's back into his face, and that's not going to be good. You got to be careful with the talking. If you are Michael Sampson, he made a big play, Coach, and then stood over top of Watkins. I was afraid the tee might be coming.
Well, let's take a look at it here again. Block shot, good. Yeah, there's no place for that. Not when you're down 8, and I was busy looking over at the West Virginia State bench. Now the referees get in there. And I'll tell you what, these referees have been in the weight room more than the players. All three of them look like they've been in the weight. I don't know if they can referee, but they've been in the weight room. They look the part.
Referee Bryant Berry, who has not skipped arm day in 10 years, brought those two in to talk to him. Here's another drive by Horsey, and he shuffled his feet. Good defense by Campbell.
Yes, Horsey made a good, strong move to the basket, and they got him with a little shuffle there.
21-13, West Virginia State on top of Notre Dame. Media timeout, we'll take it with them.
The Honda CR-V EX is loaded with premium features that you don't have to pay a premium for. Like a turbocharged engine for great performance and fuel efficiency. With advanced features like a blind spot information system. Plus, Apple CarPlay integration for your iPhone. And the best part is, in the CR-V, premium is standard. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
Welcome you back inside the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson Arena. Video Productions live coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball. Alongside my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bola. I'm Andrew Miller. Interesting argument situation as we were going to that break, Coach.
Andrew, Coach Poore wanted to argue with Bryant Berry, and he walked over there. We had to walk away and put his mask on, and it took about 10 seconds, and I don't think Coach Poore was as upset after that. Oh, they gave him the James Harden step back travel, and then the players woofing at each other a little bit, and the referee stops it again. I'd say after that warning, if they don't stop it, you just start flying a couple tees out, and both teams will quit. But yeah, that was funny. You know, in this COVID era, you have to adjust and improvise. Well, I didn't think about improvising and arguing with your mask on.
There's a three put up at Watkins. Trayon Watkins hits his first three of the afternoon. And again, that's important right now. You look over at Glenn Abram. He's putting a shoe on, taking a shoe off. He's been out since that last three-pointer he hit.
His 17th point of the game.
Yes.
Wow.
So we'll see if Abram is able to come back in. It looks like he's changing shoes. So it'll be interesting to find out how that situation went down.
Well, I think I saw Coach Poore ask him, can you just hop up and down the court and shoot that jumper? I'd put him in there. Hey, if it's not going to affect his future, kid's got to play. My goodness. 17 points in the first 8 minutes of the game. I mean, you don't see that much, if ever.
Kicked ball on that last loose ball possession by the Falcons. So West Virginia State with control and an 11-point lead. Halfway through the first half of play. Watkins gets a high screen. Rolls baseline, and we got a whistle, and we're going to get a shove. A foul will be called on Dejon Walker-Bay.
When they put two hands on the dribbler, it's automatic. Automatic call. Here he comes back in. Let's see if these shoes treat him as well as those other shoes did.
Abram comes in to replace Stephon Sherrod. And he will take the basketball out of bounds on the left baseline. He'll have to lob it in. That one tipped away. Picked up, though, by Pittman.
West Virginia State have ran the same inbounds play 3 times, and Notre Dame made a good adjustment. They doubled the offensive player closest to the ball who's been backing up. Let's see what West Virginia State goes to now. Now they're looking around. What are we going to, Coach?
Very nice on-ball defense.
They gave the ball to Notre Dame. Notre Dame's ball.
Oh, did? Okay, yeah. It was a jump ball. Great on-ball defense by Sampson on Pittman. Tied that ball up on the drive. So Notre Dame earns possession. On the left wing, John Godinez dumps it inside. Here's a baseline hook. And that's some nice touch by Elijah Barnett from the Falcons. There's Watkins attacking. No good, but look at Anthony Pittman.
Pittman comes out of nowhere for the offensive rebound slam.
This kid is just an absolute freakish athlete. And he doesn't just do one or two things well. He does a lot. Another drive, good attack by Godinez, and another dish off the Barnett. But watch this play by Anthony Pittman.
Nobody gets a body on Pittman. Pittman's just so athletic, flies above the rim for the putback. And on the other end, Godinez showing off his little crossover there. Man, freed the defender, made a great pass in for Elijah Barnett to be able to draw the foul.
Watkins will check out of the ball game as Shockley back in. So great minutes again off the bench from Trayon Watkins. Tylen Crawford checked out of the ball game for Notre Dame. Back in comes Jordan Burton.
9-point game. Notre Dame's cut it down to 9. They're still in their traditional half-court man. Now they got a mismatch inside. Notre Dame did a good job of getting the switch.
Yeah, they had Godinez on Jeremiah Moore, and that was a massive size differential.
Yeah, and then Moore able to take Barnett to the basket and draw the foul. And Godinez said, I could have done that on him.
Tried to get it under the basket there, and I think that was kind of a bailout. Looked like Moore might have been a little bit out of position under the basket there. If you let that go, he may not score.
Yeah, Moore. So I got that little hitch in his free throw. And, you know, if he's making it in practice, you don't change him. But that little hitch right there, when he brings it up to the chin, he gets the second one to fall.
Second leading scorer, averaging 20.5 a game, 7.5 rebounds a game for Moore. The workhorse inside. Here's some backcourt pressure. Tried to get a trap in the corner.
Notre Dame with numbers.
Turn defense into offense. Here's Godinez, right wing three. Back rim. Moore with the rebound. He'll attack. Moore, I was going to say, Coach, got away with a shove, and immediately, as I say that, official Ricky Post burns him for the charge.
I'll tell you what, Jordan Burton solid on both ends of the court. Quick on defense, guards the ball well. Offensively, he had two early buckets on 2 nice drives and a pull-up. So Burton getting it done for Notre Dame on both ends of the court.
A couple of substitutions for both teams. Christopher Richardson in for the Falcons, as well as Javonte Jones. Little trap out top, and West Virginia State getting very aggressive defensively, Coach. That time got a little too aggressive.
Yeah, guarding the ball. Sometimes you get that little bump, and sometimes they let it go.
Foul whistled on Montrell Horsey, his second of the first half.
Here's that elbow offense. They're trying to get the ball closer to the elbow. Now he called for the ball pick.
Burton works to the right wing, avoids the trap with the cross-court dish. Baseline drive into the lane. Strong move up for Tylen Crawford using the strength.
There's a weight room basket there for Crawford.
Notre Dame, after going down big early, trying to fight back in it. They're down 8. Pittman calling for a screen.
Well, he was calling for a clear out. He wanted to go to a dribble up post and use his size advantage on Burton.
Horsey will attack. Couldn't get the shot to fall, and Pittman will help his opponent up with his forearm. And a little chatter goes through as well. Pittman and Crawford, that was Pittman and Burton went down to the ground on that loose ball rebound. Pittman will be whistled for the foul. That will bring Trayon Watkins back into the ball game. And some full court pressure action for West Virginia State. Zone pressure. Burton cannot get it in. Abram with a steal between the legs to Shockley. And we've got a whistle and a foul. Abram stole that and was dribbling it behind his back for the steal. It ended up in the hands of Jihad Shockley.
Yeah, there's great anticipation there on the steal. There's Abrams just trying to control it. Nice look by Pittman. Didn't see much contact there. Maybe did he throw a red flag? I think they're going over to look and see if there was contact on that layup.
They're calling it on Burton on the reach. His first, team 7th.
And Andrew, you know you can reach all you want. You got to make some contact before they blow that whistle.
At the 6:47 mark of the half, Jod Shockley at the free throw line. First free throw up and good for the junior out of Columbus, Ohio. Transferred in from Bluffton University, did Shockley. Godinez will take a break. Jordan Rowland back in for the Falcons.
A little different this level than the D3 level.
Shockley makes good on both, and that'll allow the Yellow Jackets to set up the press. Got a turnover on the last possession.
Yeah, Notre Dame has a little crowded there. They were lucky to get out of that.
Able to break the pressure. Boy, nearly stolen out top from Rowland by Pittman. Now Pittman gets his feet tied up with an offensive player. Out top it goes. Crawford wanted to drive. Now he will attack. Left side, and another beautiful layup by Crawford.
Crawford's a very strong finisher around the rim.
Crawford averaging 9 points a game. Here's a deep three, Abrams. Heat check time, that one off the mark. Rebound, though, for Shockley on the offensive side. Now Pittman for three. Is there anything Anthony Pittman cannot do?
Hasn't shot a high percentage this season on threes, but able to knock that one down. Only had 7 attempts coming in for tonight.
Falcons trying to answer with one in the corner. That was Javante Jones off the mark. State on the attack. Here comes Moore. Straight to the basket. The bucket is good, and the foul will go against Moore.
Now that's what Moore can do. He uses his size advantage, and at 6'7", he's able to go out on the perimeter and take his man off the dribble. Nice quick first step, and he's a great finisher at the rim.
Moore with 3 early points. That foul whistled on Javante Jones. He'll take a seat. 3-point play opportunity rolls off the side. Back into the game, Michael Sampson pulled down that rebound. 5:40 mark of the first half. 13-point lead, largest of the night for West Virginia State, and a beautiful defensive play as Shockley pins it against the backboard. In transition, West Virginia State, but they will give it back on the travel.
And Moore again showing his versatility. Got the defensive rebound, able to lead the fast break, push it down. Then a traveling call on Watkins coming out of the corner.
34-28 lead here in the first half for West Virginia State. Again, they had a battle in the first game of the season, losing close right here on this floor to Glenville State College. Followed that up with a big win over Concord, 89-74. Notre Dame losing their only game so far this season. Had one against Wheeling, canceled. Here's a three. That one off the mark, and you see the jumping ability of Pittman. He'll look to push.
Nice pass.
Beautiful pass, and flushed down by Shockley.
Great pass by Anthony Pittman. Shockley with the finish.
Pittman with the rebound, a beautiful dish. Shockley finishes it off nicely. Now we've got a whistle and a foul. Take a look at this one.
Ooh, Pittman, big time rebound, leads the break, and the little drop over the top, and Shockley with the finish.
Media timeout at the 4:53 mark. We'll take it with you. 36-21, West Virginia State on top of Notre Dame. We'll be back.
Age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
You have dreams.
Where do you start to build the skills necessary to make them happen?
At West Virginia State, you learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go or what you want to do,
It starts at State.
The Honda Passport is full of possibilities. And with plenty of cargo space and underfloor storage, you can fill it with gear too. Pack your weekend with adventure in the Honda Passport.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take
5 games on the docket this evening around the Mountain East Conference. West Liberty at Fairmont State, Davis and Elkins at Glenville State, AB at UC, West Virginia Wesleyan at Concord, and right here, Notre Dame at West Virginia State. The Wheeling-Frostburg State game canceled due to COVID issues with Wheeling, and that was the game that Notre Dame got canceled as well on Sunday. So lots of action here in the Mountain East Conference. A good one so far for West Virginia State here in the first half.
Yeah, with this time of COVID, you can't control the uncontrollable.
Watkins off of the dish from Pittman, couldn't get the 3 to fall. In transition, attacking. Rowland couldn't get the shot to fall. Fighting for possession. Rebound controlled by Sampson, and a whistle will go on the Yellow Jackets. Good hustle by Sampson to keep that ball alive.
Yeah, Michael Sampson, a great job hustling, going for the offensive rebound. When he got that first one, he needs to put that ball under his chin and take it up strong. He tried to tiptoe it. He jumped about 2 sheets of paper and tried to take it up quick. If he puts that ball under his chin and explodes, he'll get up by the rim and he'll drop that in easy and be able to draw the foul.
I'm writing that down, 2 sheets of paper, because that's my vertical.
Well, mine too. But now he has a better one than that. He tried to do it very quickly and get a quick basket instead of putting it under his chin and exploding.
Sampson missed the first, makes the second. He's now tied for the lead on the team with 7 points. Rowland will take a break. Back in comes John Godinez for the Falcons. It's a 12-point lead for West Virginia State.
All right, Notre Dame still in their man-to-man. Boy, that's deep.
That's a deep pull-up by Watkins. And again, the bio on Trayon Watkins is he has insane range. That was something that was actually said to me. Steph Curry-like range.
Oh, he does.
But he's a bit of a streaky shooter, they say. If he gets going, watch out.
When you shoot from that far out, you almost have to be a little streaky.
High screen, and again, rolling off. Burton didn't take the pass. Instead to Godinez. He'll drive in. Another beautiful dish.
Godinez with a little head fake. Made the defender go in there, and nice dish.
That's the second assist of the ballgame for Godinez in his time. And that was a beautiful delivery to Sampson. Down to 10, whittling away at this lead are the Falcons. It was out to 15. It's down to 10. Now a near steal on the sideline. That'll stay with West Virginia State. I tell you, I was watching Gus Stone, who's back out of the ballgame, Coach. You see that beautiful dish from Godinez to Sampson. Stone was walking with a bit of a limp and came back out again very quickly in this series with a bit of a limp again. Now, last year he fought injuries throughout the year. Here is a steal on the inbound. So the Falcons feeling it defensively right now.
Yeah, Coach Poore really upset with Stone right now. Give him an earful over there on the bench. It was on some help defense on the other end. And Coach Poore very odd. You don't see him that adamant very much at all.
Boy, and Abram matched up with Godinez. Some nifty dribbling, pulled up quickly and got the foul called on Godinez. And that's going to be 3 free throws for Abram. As you watch, he's just one-on-one between the legs a little bit, and you saw Godinez.
Oh, yeah.
When you throw those hands up, Coach, what does that mean?
Well, he can't foul him. I mean, he's been quiet for 10 minutes. He started out with 17. Now he's got the new shoes on. He hadn't seen it go through the net in those shoes. As soon as he sees one shot go through the net, a confident player like him, he's going to get that mojo back.
Well, he hit
Definitely
his first,
don't want to foul him.
Hit his first missed his first 3-point bucket, made his next 4, and 5 out of his next 6. He's 5 of 7 so far. He will hit the second free throw, so we'll have another opportunity here. And 2 of 3 for Abram. He's up to 19 now here in the first half.
And had 17 at the 12-18 mark.
Pressure in the backcourt. Now West Virginia State pulls back. Stephon Sherrod checked in on that last Dead ball. Here is Burton. Pump fakes in the lane. Has it knocked away, and last touched by Burton.
I thought that was off of West Virginia State.
Burton was pleading his case to official James Duke, who said nope. Pittman works it over towards the left wing out top. Abram. A couple of dangerous shooters on the floor at the moment. Watkins, one of those. Backing in on Godinez. Good defense, though, by Godinez. Now he'll switch over on to Abram. A way downtown three. Oh, my goodness.
I told you when he saw those free throws go in. Well, that kid reminds you of Archie Talley. You're too young for that one, Andrew.
Oh, I've heard the stories, though, Coach.
Archie Talley used to get 60, and he would shoot that far out, and there wasn't a three. And that's who Abrams, man, he can put it in the basket.
Here's Godinez with a nifty move inside. I'll tell you what, this kid is very controlled on the drive, Coach. He delivered a couple of beautiful assists before this play. This time he said, I'm going to take it myself. Pump fake, the duck under, takes the contact.
The whole step-through move with a finger roll.
The scoop layup is good. Godinez with a chance for a three-point play.
Oh, he's giving Notre Dame a huge boost here in the first half.
Good from the free throw line, and the three-point play is complete. And the lead cut back down to 12 after that way deep three-pointer by Abram.
And now he's going to his post of my goodness.
Turnaround jumper, again a heat check. That one almost airballed long in transition. Down the court right side. Here is a move at the basket for Sampson, altered by Pittman.
Oh, great defensive play by Pittman.
Sampson recognized Pittman coming over, tried to adjust his shot. Here's a three, and Watkins just a little bit inside of where Abrams just hit it.
I'd like to get in a horse game with those two.
And that is enough for head coach Mark Richmond. He wants to talk it over with his Falcons. And coach, the heat check for Abram and now Watkins, that was way outside.
That was 7 feet behind the three. Watkins has unlimited range.
47.3% behind the three-point line here in the first half for West Virginia State. Now, most of that has come at the hands of Glenn Abram. He is 7 of 10 overall, 6 of 9 from behind the three-point line. He has got 22 in the half.
And if you look at that, the two best shooters have taken 14 of the 19 threes for State. That's what you want. You want the objective to offense is to get your best shooters the shot in a place they can score. Your best offensive player. It's not an equal opportunity game. You take what the defense gives you, and State's able to get their best two shooters a bunch of opportunities this first half.
Falcons shooting the ball well from the field, 47%. The difference is they've got 10 turnovers. Just 3 for West Virginia State. A hard foul as Burton on the pump fake got Shockley up out of position, Coach. And Shockley, again, oftentimes you're taught if you're going to foul them, don't let that ball go up and provide a three-point play opportunity.
Burton's very good at those head fakes. And, I can't stand when coaches say, we have balanced scoring. Sometimes that just means you don't have any good players. Now, the State's scoring is not balanced. Right here is the nice head fake by Burton, draws the contact, gets to the line. That means their scoring is not balanced. Glenn Abram has 22 points. Guess what? Glenn Abram is the best player in this gymnasium. He's taken 10 shots. The rest of West Virginia State's team has taken 24 shots. So he's taken a third of their shots, and that's how it should be. And as hot as he is right now, they ought to find a shot for him this possession.
Jordan Burton, who hit the 2 free throws, leads Notre Dame with 8 points. He took a seat on that dead ball. Coy Campbell checked in for him. Abram out top. Works off one screen into the corner. Deep three on the right side. That one out for Abel Elias.
And Coach Poore ran a down pick for Abram, got him the ball, and then ran a ball pick. It was played very well by Notre Dame.
Well, I said that Burton went out on that last series. He did not. In fact, they sent Godinez to the bench. And Notre Dame will turn it over out top offensively.
Let's see.
Here is a deep three. Watkins, he stepped over the midcourt line, Coach.
That was play one. Play one, Coach, let me fire it. And you know what? When you have great shooters like that, it only adds to their confidence when you give them the green light like that.
Yeah, and I did not see a flinch out of head coach Brian Ford.
No,
he shot that.
You won't. And yeah, you can't do that to a great shooter.
Watkins wanted to attack. Good defense by Burton. Out top with 45. 10 on the shot clock. Abram to the hole. Left-handed layup is good.
Clint Abram with 24 right now in the first half. On his way to 48 or 50 if he keeps it going.
Just going straight off. Had 32 in the win over Concord. He's almost got that in the first half here. Strong move on the right block this time by Christopher Richardson. And a whistle and a foul on West Virginia State.
You know, what I've noticed about the Mountain East games we've been doing, and I know basketball has changed over the last 3 or 4 years, but most teams still have that one player who has great post moves, and we really haven't seen that in any of these games. I mean, I think he's definitely not a post player when you talk about Jeremiah Moore. I mean, he's been the closest thing to a post player, but now he has wing skills. He can step behind the three. He goes off the dribble. But it'd be nice to see somebody gets it in that low post and knows what they're doing with it.
Now Richardson is a 6'5", big upper-bodied freshman. He transferred in from Lakeland Community College up in Kirkland, Ohio.
Now, Andrew, I want to be clear. Analytics, I'm not for that shot. The worst shot in basketball is an 8-foot shot with somebody guarding you. That's the worst shot analytically that you can take. West Virginia State going for the final shot.
Shot clock is off. Abram checks it with 10. He'll back up. Fires a three on the left wing. It's good! Wow!
He's too good.
Glenn Abram again. Abram unstoppable in this first half. He has now 27 on 9 of 12 shooting, 7 of 10 from 3.
Look at this. I mean, what do you do defensively?
That's from the R in Lester Rain's court, which is 7 feet behind the three-point line.
I mean, it was good defense. I mean, the kid can play. I'll tell you what, West Virginia State, whoever the recruiting coordinator is, old Nate Burton needs to give him a little raise getting that kid. And let's say, I guarantee he's improved under Coach Ford. He's a better player now. And if this is not a traditional basketball system. They have the total green light, and that kid excels so much, and, man, he's just really good. He could play at any level.
5.5 seconds remaining in the half, so Notre Dame will have an opportunity. Coach Richmond called a timeout to set up a play. Inbounds to Burton. Watkins on him. Burton to the half-court line. He'll get all the way to the three-point line. Pump fake, throws it up, and he will draw the foul. With no time on the clock. That's going to send Jordan Burton to the line for 3.
Yeah, Elias, you can't leave your feet on that. You don't want to block that three-point shot. Hands straight up. Right there. He left his feet. Left your feet. You don't want to do that.
And foul whistled on Trayon Watkins, his second. So with no time on the clock, Jordan Burton to the free throw line for 3 free throws.
Oh, was that Watkins on that foul?
Yeah, it was. Watkins got the foul and then ran away quickly as Elias was coming towards him. Okay. By the time he saw it, it was Elias who was right beside him.
Yeah, he just, whether there was contact or not, he can't leave his feet. You see Coach Poore really upset there. You don't leave your feet on the three-point shot there. You get straight up and
3 of 3 from Jordan Burton, so that cuts into the deficit a little bit, but West Virginia State puts up nearly a half century, and they lead Notre Dame at the half. Your score here from West Virginia State University. The Yellow Jackets 49, the Falcons 35. We'll be back after these messages.
The Honda Pilot is great for family adventures. As well as the not-so-friendly ones. We made it tougher than it needed to be. Because you never know what you'll come up against. The Honda Pilot with available all-wheel drive. The ultimate modern family SUV.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds at 55 miles per hour? That's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Millions of Americans suffer from sleep disorders, robbing them of energy needed to handle daily tasks. Pulmonary Associates of Charleston is here to help with a state-of-the-art sleep center and a comfortable home-like atmosphere. They treat complex sleep disorders such as OSA, narcolepsy, insomnia, restless leg syndrome, snoring, and many other conditions. If you're suffering from one or more of these symptoms, you may need an assessment by one of our physicians. Call Pulmonary Associates of Charleston. Sleep well, live better.
We welcome you back inside the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena, Institute, West Virginia, on the campus of West Virginia State University at the half. Yellow Jackets 49, Notre Dame Falcons 35. 'Twas the Glenn Abram show in the first half. Coach Bob Olin, he was hot from the beginning. He took a little time off to change shoes, and when he came back in, took him a few plays to get going again, but when he did, he was hot from start to finish. 27 points in that first half for Glenn Abram. That's really the big difference in this first half. Everyone else playing at a regular level.
Oh, he's unbelievable. And Notre Dame has to do something to make somebody else beat you, but it's not like he's getting all those shots off of a ball pick where you could just double him. I mean, he's sizing up his man. He's 27 feet from the basket, and he's just elevating and shooting. I mean, then if you crowd him, I guess that's what you have to do. Just crowd him, make him dribble, bring the help in, make him kick it to another shooter, and make sure it's not Watkins. That's about all you can do right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of defense when a man pulls up from 7 to 10 feet behind the three-point line. It's just one of those nights that Glenn Abram is really enjoying, and this was the final three-point shot for him. He was just calling the play, looked at 10 seconds left. Burton was getting ready to play defense, and at that point, Abrams just pulled up and drilled a three.
Yeah, they just have to quit worrying about him going by you. Make him go by you. Play him so tight that he has to go by you, and then bring some help. And then when he dishes it off, just make sure it's not Watkins' man helping, and make somebody else beat you, because that kid's too good.
Taking a look at the general statistics from both teams, field goal shooting very similar. 11 of 23 for Notre Dame College, 17 of 38 for West Virginia State. In fact, the percentage a little better for Notre Dame, 47.8% to 44.7%. Three-point field goals is where the difference lies. 10 of 22 for West Virginia State, 1 of 8 for Notre Dame College. 7 of those 10 came at the hands of Glenn Abram.
Right, and that's 30 to 3. Now you can look at it that way. That's 30 points to 3 points. So they're beating them from 27 at the three-point line, but only up 14. So that's Notre Dame's total. That's the only stat Notre Dame needs to look at half. We got to stop them from shooting threes and make them beat us elsewhere.
General rebounding is about the same, 18 to 17, 1 point advantage for West Virginia State. Notre Dame got to the free throw line a little bit more, 12 of 14 versus just 5 of 9 for West Virginia State. Turnovers were the other big issue, Coach. West Virginia State putting on that pressure throughout the first half. Sometimes it was in the backcourt. Sometimes it was when Notre Dame crossed the half-court line, causing 11 turnovers. That's a big difference as well.
Well, Coach Richmond told me that before the game, that he was really concerned with, after he crossed half court, still being sped up by the defense. He said they had a lot of turnovers against West Liberty after they crossed half court, and they really worked on that this week. But that's how State wants to win. They want to shoot more threes. They want to make the game more possessions, which 11 turnovers to 3. They've done that, and they're playing the game at the exact pace that they want to play.
West Virginia State averaging 101 points per game. They're right about on that mark. Individual scoring, obviously, for West Virginia State leading the way. Glenn Abrams, 27 points, 9 of 12 shooting, including 7 of 10 from the three-point line. Following that up is Trayon Watkins, 8 points on 3 of 9 shooting, 2 of 6 from behind the three-point line, including 1 from way downtown. Anthony Pittman, again, he continues to fill up the stat line. 7 points on 3 of 5 shooting, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a blocked shot to go with that. So on Notre Dame's side, they were led by Jordan Burton with 11 points on 2 of 3 shooting. He made his hay from the charity stripe. He was 7 of 7 from the three-point line in that first half. And Michael Sampson with 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He also contributed 6 rebounds on the evening in the first half. Tylen Crawford with 7 points on 3 of 7 shooting in that first half. Those are your leaders on both sides of things. And at the half, your score, West Virginia State 49-35. And when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the games going on around the conference, and we'll talk about some halftime adjustments with head coach Bob Bolin. You're watching MEC Basketball on Video Productions. We'll be back after this.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
The Honda Passport is full of possibilities. And with plenty of cargo space and underfloor storage, you can fill it with gear too. Pack your weekend with adventure in the Honda Passport.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
The Honda CR-V EX is loaded with premium features that you don't have to pay a premium for. Like a turbocharged engine for great performance and fuel efficiency. With advanced features like a blind spot information system. Plus, Apple CarPlay integration for your iPhone. And the best part is, in the CR-V, premium is standard. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs.
Back inside the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena, you're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball. I'm Andrew Miller, joined by my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. A lot of action in the Mountain East Conference here this evening across the conference. Women's basketball in action. And every game is women's first, then the men's teams. With this COVID restrictions and the way things are going, they want as little travel as possible, just double it up and have the games all at once. So taking a look across the league, in women's action, Concord defeating West Virginia Wesleyan tonight at home 74-61. Wheeling on the road defeating Frostburg State 83-77. Glenville State comes back after their first loss of the year to UC. They defeat Davis and Elkins at home 123-82. Following that big victory over Glenville State, Charleston at home defeating Aldous and Broadus to remain undefeated 79-63. Notre Dame, again, the game you guys were able to watch right here just before this one, taking care of business, staying undefeated on their side over West Virginia State 75-63. And all of those men's games are taking place as we speak, including this one right here. West Virginia State leading Notre Dame at the half 49-35. Coach, I'd say take off your broadcaster's hat and put on your coach's hat. And you touched on it a little bit before we went to break the last time about how you stopped Glenn Abram.
Now, that's easy sitting over here with a headset on. But, I mean, when your assistant coach comes in there and says, Coach, Abrams has got 30, you know, you look at that assistant, you say, hey, I don't want problem identifiers, I want problem solvers. And then the other coach comes up and he says, Coach, we got to play him tight everywhere he is. If he passes the ball, let's deny him the ball. No help. If you're guarding Abrams, you have no help. And then you play him tight as you can play him. Make him drive. And then when he drives, when he gets inside the 2, you'd rather him take that shot. And if he goes all the way to the basket, you get the help. Now, you don't bring the help off of Watkins. Everybody else can help make somebody else beat you. I mean, State's not going to – they don't put 2 people on the low post. They're going to be perimeter-oriented. So you say, we're going to do everything in our power to stop Abram. I mean, you played normal man-to-man the first half. It did not work. Abram's too good. I mean, you don't tell your players that, but he's too good. So let's slow Abram down. Let's make somebody else make shots. And then let's get in our game on offense. Let's execute offensively. We're only down 14, and Abram had the half of his life. So that's what's going on in the Notre Dame room. In the West Virginia State room, you know, it's business as usual. Coach Ford got really upset over there at the bench. Maybe something was said back. That's done after halftime. It's college basketball. Coach Ford sure not going to take it. He let his feelings be known, and now we're all back on the same page, and let's go out and win the game. And the adjustments for State, they made them during the first half, where they hedged the ball pick hard, and they brought the help from the other side. They made that adjustment early and slowed Notre Dame down there.
When Notre Dame was able to get shots, they were able to hit them. Shot at a good clip of 47.8%. The problem was they got 15 fewer shots than West Virginia State did, and that's a testament to the intense defense. And then, of course, the turnover issues, 11 turnovers for Notre Dame caused by this very intense West Virginia State defense. So it'll be interesting to see on Notre Dame's side how Coach Mark Richmond decides to change things up, or you know, you always wonder, is West Virginia State going to just stick with that pressure, or are they going to assume that you're going to assume that and come out with something different?
Oh, West Virginia State's sticking with the pressure. That's their MO. That's how they play. And if you think about the analytics of the game, West Virginia State taking 22 threes, they made 30 points. So what is that, a little over 1.4 points per shot. Now you take West Virginia State on twos. They took 16 twos and made 14 points. That's less than a point per 2 attempt. So my math skills are telling me let's make them shoot more twos and let's take the threes away.
Yeah. Both teams getting set to go here in the second half. Just one lead change in that first half. And that was early in the game. Notre Dame was leading by 4 in the first couple of minutes of the game. And at that point, West Virginia State took the lead. And they have not relinquished it since. West Virginia State has led by as much as 17 in this ball game so far. They led for 14 and a half of the 20 minutes in that first half. We are ready to go back here from West Virginia State University. So glad you guys could join us again. The COVID restrictions, this 1,300 capacity seat gymnasium is empty, other than just some support staff, some workers, and the women's team.
Well, isn't this a beautiful arena?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it is the perfect D2 arena, 1,800 seats. I mean, I can't wait to see next year. West Virginia State's going to have a great season. People will be excited next year about basketball. And let's see the adjustments Notre Dame's made.
Dame looking for their first win. West Virginia State trying to get above 500 early. Here's a three blocked partially by Burton on Gus Stone. And Notre Dame into transition offense. Now top, Sampson's going to lob it into the paint. And now Notre Dame will reset. Very patient offensively.
Oh, there's old Beeline, two cutters through.
Crawford wanted to attack, pulls back. The 18-footer pops out. Abram there for the defensive rebound. Glenn Abram. And they will try to get out on him. They can't, and he buries it.
A lot easier said than done. Notre Dame tried to guard him close. I mean, just excellent pull up off the crossover. Shoots it from deep.
And Rowland got in front of the screen and then slipped a little bit. And once he slipped, Abram just was on it. Into the corner. Here's a three-point attempt. That one sent back into the Notre Dame bench by Pittman, his second block shot of the day. Quick substitution for the Falcons.
Look at this pull up. Look, gets him going left. Shakes him. Boy, he's good.
Checking out quickly was Elijah Barnett. Checking in, Muhammad Al-Qadi. Rebound on the missed shot. Here's Moore down the court to Pittman. Pittman a little strong on that one. I think he was trying to oop that one off of the backboard.
Yeah, and that's one as a coach. You're upset because it was the wrong play. He should have scored the layup, but then he's trying to be unselfish. That's one of those you wait till we're up 35 and do that. We're still in the game. You finish that.
Luckily for Pittman, he looked over to his coach with a wry smile, and Coach Poore could not help but smile back a little bit. Say, hey, young man, you do enough good for me. I'll let that one slide. Burton out top. He picks up his dribble. He's double-teamed immediately, and he has his pocket picked. And immediately, that's a smart foul, Coach. Burton was not going to give up an easy open layup.
Maybe they should foul him every time he touches the ball. I'm just trying to think of how you stop that kid.
I don't know.
I mean, he's one of the best guards. I've done a lot of Division I games the past 5 years, and he's offensively, he can do anything that any of those guards can do.
Burton a little frustrated as he is taken out of the game after picking up the foul. There's another step back three. That one off the mark. Moore there to clean it up, puts it straight back up, and he'll draw the foul. Contact whistled on Marquise Johnson.
Great job by Moore having the size advantage. He pinned Johnson under the basket with his hip. If you watch that, he uses his hip. He used his hip, pinned him under the basket, no push off. Fundamentally sound, great move by Moore there.
More good for him from the free throw line. Again, John Godinez checking in to replace Johnson. Godinez has provided a spark off of the bench so far in the first half, at least for the Falcons. 2 of 2 at the free throw line for Jeremiah Moore. He's got 5 early, 6 rebounds, though, more importantly for West Virginia State. Pressure in the back court. Broken, and Stone a little bit quick back and just got out of sorts and bumped into Godinez for the foul. That's one of those hustle fouls you can stand if you're a
and
coach.
You saw Coach Poore clapping, and he got upset with Stone the first half, and there he is back on his side. Good hustle play. So what if it's a foul?
Great players like to be coached hard, I think. Al-Qadi in the ballgame out to Godinez. He'll look to drive. Pulls back now on Abram. And Godinez giving Abram a little bit of jaw. Here comes Pittman, though, right back into it, but he's going to be whistled. Either Pittman or Shockley. They're going to get Shockley on the moving screen. I thought it might be Pittman on a shove-off, but in fact it was Shockley. As we watch Godinez here.
I was watching him. He's giving Pittman a hard time, and Pittman has 30. I mean, giving Abram a hard time. Abram has 30. Let's see what he does here.
Looking to set Abram up again. Instead, he'll feed it inside. Here's a quick attack and a nice baseline move. Crawford couldn't get it to roll in, though. Shockley, good hustle. Shockley brings it down. Shockley, he can deliver. Up with a shot, though, and we've got a whistle from behind.
Yeah, it was a late call, but I like that call. Now, if this place was full of fans, they will be upset. I mean, the ref waited to see if it went in. There was contact. If he makes the shot, the ref lets that go. I don't know if we can hear the whistle, but look at that great replay. There was the bump, and then the whistle came real late when he realized that the bump caused him to miss the shot. So you got to reward him with 2 free throws.
How about Shockley, the 6'6", 215-pound forward, playing a little bit of point guard on that play.
Positionless basketball, Andrew.
Looking very confident on the 2 free throws.
I mean, that's where we are in 2021.
Shockley's got 6, and another whistle, as this time Pittman will be whistled for the bump on Godinez. Official Ricky Post delivers the sweep the leg foul call. And West Virginia State still up quite large here, early portion of the second half.
Great play by Godinez.
Opportunity for his 3rd assist. The three-pointer, though, is off the mark as Rowland misses. State on the attack. Abram off the pass. The three-pointer, a little bit too much on that one. Falcons in transition now. Rowland gives deep right or left winger. That one's off the mark again. Good hustle, though. Sampson into the corner for Godinez. And look at this kid go. John Godinez feeling it off the bench, providing the spark.
Oh, great follow-through, feet set. Godinez trying to bring his team back.
56-40, though. West Virginia State leading by 16. 16:45 left.
Look at that follow-through.
Godinez will send us to the break. We'll be back after this.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
You have dreams.
Where do you start to build the skills necessary to make them happen?
At West Virginia State, you learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
The Honda Passport is full of possibilities. And with plenty of cargo space and underfloor storage, you can fill it with gear too. Pack your weekend with adventure in the Honda Passport.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us
16:45 remaining in the second half. 56-40, West Virginia State on top of Notre Dame. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball. Andrew Miller, my partner, two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. It's become quickly the John Godinez show for Notre Dame. The 5'9", 140-pound seventh man off the bench for Coach Richmond, providing a very good spark.
When you play with those 3 E's, you don't stay the seventh man very long. Plays with energy, enthusiasm, and excitement. All 3 of them. It's a joy to watch people play basketball that way.
A little soft backcourt pressure for Notre Dame. They'll pull back out of that now.
And now he has the opportunity to guard Abram.
And we've got another moving screen for the second time. It's going to be Jihad Shockley. Stone was open for 3, but a moving screen whistled, and Shockley has just picked up, Coach, his 4th foul. So he's going to have to take a seat here with plenty of time left here in the second half.
And Stone hasn't been able to get going, and he hit that one. That may have been the one to get him going because he can definitely put the ball in the basket. Yes, sir. A little travel there.
Good defense by Moore. Stepped up, saw the pass coming from Godinez on the bounce. Got up into the grill of Sampson, who ended up shuffling the feet.
Notre Dame showing a little three-quarter court pressure.
I think it's kind of, it seems just to slow this attack down.
Yeah, try to get deep in that shot clock.
Stone feeds it, takes it back on the left block. The shot is up off the mark, but Gus Stone will draw the contact. Just a little quick give and go right there.
Yeah, and then even though Stone the shot didn't count him in the go, but he hit that three off that move and pick, got his confidence, and they ran a little set play for him there, able to get to the free throw line.
That foul whistled on Tylen Crawford. Crawford second, team fourth. And Stone hits the free throw, and that is, as you mentioned, Coach, his first point of the night. So battling very, very hard here tonight is Gus Stone, averaging 18.5 points per game, and he'll hit both.
Now this is where State's at their best when they get into their run and jump, full court man. There's a trap in the corner.
Godinez feels that, gets it away, and Notre Dame into their half-court set. State in some man-to-man with some pressure defense. Roland fires it over on the right wing. Here's Sampson attacking, dishing. Roland up with a layup. It's good.
Nice finish at the rim by Roland.
Pittman attacking, a little out of control, has it swatted away. Keeps possession underneath, feeds it to his teammate. Marshall Hamilton couldn't put that up and in. Notre Dame clears. Chance for a little more cut into this lead. It's down to 16. It was up to 19 just a few seconds ago. Godinez driving, dishing to the corner. Three-pointer off the mark. Stone off the loose ball rebound. A beautiful dish down the court. Layup is no good for Moore. The putback is no good for Pittman, but they keep it alive. Stone for three. That one is off the mark. This time Notre Dame clears. Wow. The Falcons dodging bullets on that transition opportunity for West Virginia State. Crawford wants to drive, puts on the brakes. Beautiful play by Tylen Crawford.
Crawford, great jump stop, good head fake, strong finish.
Sent Savion Marshall Hamilton flying by and then just softly put it up and in. The lead down now to 14 for West Virginia State. Abram off the screen, pulls back from a deep two position. That's off the mark, but look at that. That's what Jeremiah Moore has continued to offer.
Oh, yes.
Coach Brian Poore is just put back, put back, put back.
Oh, and those kill you. You play good defense on Abram, and then there's Moore. Say, give me that 2 points.
Abram bodying up on Crawford. Into the corner left side. Here's a three. That's too strong. Stone again on the backside. Has it stripped away, though. Here's Godinez attacking the basket. Strong move. As he just put his shoulder right into the belly of Gus Stone to create some space.
His second D2 game, and I'll tell you what, he's playing with a lot of emotion, a lot of fire, and
we're going to get ourselves offsetting technical fouls here. You saw the face of Gus Stone, Coach, after that play by Godinez on the offensive side. When they came back down the floor, Stone had the ball, and he and Godinez were battling back and forth, and they got a little wordy, and in comes.
Let's see what happened. I mean, Godinez playing defense. I didn't see him do anything wrong there. I don't know why that's a double technical. I don't know.
Maybe just a little bit of talking. And as you mentioned in that first half, Coach, they let a few things. They didn't let it go. The officials were talking to both teams about some of the things they were saying, and you said if they don't clear it up, somebody's going to get teed up. And it just so happened that Bryant Berry decided to deliver the double technical, one to Godinez and one to Stone.
And double technical it doesn't solve anything. Give the guy that deserves the tee the technical. The retaliator always gets caught. I'm not a fan of the double technical. I think you clean it up a different way. The first guy that yaps, you nail him. And I don't like this stuff. And then I don't like it if the referees are lawyers out here and they explain every call. Make the call, talk to the head coach. Don't talk to anybody else. If the head coach wants to talk to you, talk to him. Other than that, just come out there and do your job. And these guys have done a good job, but too much explaining to everybody. You know, these other guys over here on the bench in the yellow shirt on one end and the blue, they get paid to coach. You know, you make the calls and talk to the head coach when they want to talk to him.
So after the double technical foul, both teams took a little breather. And once again, official Bryant Berry is discussing and explaining to Gus Stone. He took his head, Stone did, and said, I get it. So West Virginia State, no worse for the wear. They'll just bring it back inbounds. 14-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. They've led by as many as 19. Good perimeter ball movement. Here's a three by Stone. It hit all sides of the backboard and drops.
Nice touch by Stone. You could tell when he hit that dead ball three after the pick that he was going to get it going.
Big three for West Virginia State as Falcons trying to battle back into it after being down 19, and the lead is back out to 17. Here's a drive, spin move in the lane. Burton got caught up, though, by Horsey's defense. Now Rowland will attack. Hits by the defender, but good defense by Marshall Hamilton. He'll clear it out. Here's Stone to the lane. The reverse layup, not really the reverse layup. What you call that? Just
little Euro step with the left-hand finish.
I like the way you do that, Coach.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, there's the three by Stone. Nice follow through. Shooter gets those rolls. Nice back spin on the ball. And then Stone on this end, he's getting it going.
First free throw off the mark for Stone. So if you're Coach Mark Richmond from Notre Dame, you realize that you have held Glenn Abram in check in this second half. Unfortunately, you're seeing a little bit of Gus Stone coming around. A couple of putbacks by Jeremiah Moore. You're just not able to take any more off of that lead.
No, not.
Good drive and dish into the corner. Now out top, Stone recognized the pass. Here comes Gus Stone attacking left side. And we've got a whistle out top. And we're waiting to see what did you something in the backcourt.
Did a good job down here on this end. The referee didn't call the charge. State player took the charge after 2 steps after the pass. He did a good job by the official letting that go. And then he let the warning go until after State got the layup. So I thought that was a very good job of officiating there.
Another turnover for Notre Dame led to an opportunity on a run out. The pass a little too strong for Stone as Abram goes crashing into the garage door on the far side of this facility. And turnovers again have been an issue for Notre Dame. They now have 15 on the night to just 5 for West Virginia State. It's a 20-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Out top, here's a deep three. Back iron, no good. Intended for Walker Bay. Inside, working for rebounds. Actually, I said that was Walker Bay. It was Christopher Richardson for the three-point attempt. Walker Bay was the rebounder.
Yeah, you think about Notre Dame. 14 of their 15 players, this is their second NCAA game, NCAA Division II game. So, and then I'm just telling you, West Virginia State has a lot of talent out there. They have multiple players that can put the ball on the floor. They have multiple players that can score off the bounce. They have multiple players that can shoot the three, and they're very difficult to defend.
You talk about head coach Mark Richmond. This is just his second season at the helm of the Falcons. His assistant coaches, Duncan Williams, Bruce Johnson, Rudy Evans, those guys are all first or second year coaches. There's a very young team as far as you mentioned, any experience at the next level. And they're coming off a season of 9-20 where they did win 8 games at home, which was the most in quite a while in Falcon history. 7-15 in conference, that was good for 10th place. So you're not looking to be world beaters this season, Coach. You're trying to build something here and just improve year in and year out, I would imagine.
I agree with you 100%, Andrew.
State, meanwhile, as you mentioned, bringing back loads and loads of talent and loads of expectations. You wondered how they were to act after that loss to Glenville State to start the season. Very nicely on their second game victory, and right now they've got a big 18-point lead. Almost halfway through the second half. Crawford going to pull from three. That one buried.
Crawford looked like he played in the football game Monday night. Boy, looks like he could be a little defensive back there. Been in the weight room a little bit.
He has got a thick upper body and some big arms. Here's Watkins trying to answer, and he does.
Boy, his jump shot is so pure.
Watkins now with 11 on 3 of 7 behind the three-point line. Crawford on the other side of things, he's got 12 now. He's in double figures, joining Burton and Godinez.
Well, in our 2004 national championship run, we had 2 shooters that remind me so much of Watkins. We had a 2-man to 3-man, a little bigger than him, but boy, they could shoot the ball like that, and it spaces the floor.
Godinez replacing Burton back in the ball game. He's got 10 already. Here's a dish out to the right wing for 3, and that one is good for Rowland. Notre Dame suddenly getting going. Cuts that 20-point lead back down to 15. Here's a nice baseline spin move.
It was a post move.
Wow, Savion Marshall Hamilton.
Yeah, nice spin move, good finish. Drew the contact. Let's see it here. Takes his man inside, spins back to the baseline, absorbs the contact with his offhand, and nothing but net.
Marshall Hamilton, just a freshman, 6'7" center out of Pickerington North High School. And another big basket. You go back to that miss by Gus Stone and the putback by Jeremiah Moore just as Notre Dame had cut the lead down to 14. You see a little bit of momentum for the Falcons. They cut it down to 15 with the big 3 of Crawford, and another big play offensively for West Virginia State to inch that lead back out to 18. It's almost as if the Falcons just can't get closer than 14 or 15 right now. Good attack to the rim, though, and that is Elijah Barnett challenging Marshall Hamilton.
I thought that was great defense by Marshall Hamilton.
A lot of ball on that.
Let's see what he did. Looks like he went straight up. I don't know. I mean, it's close.
Maybe on the offside hand, a little bit of contact, but pretty good defense right there by Marshall Hamilton. Nevertheless, Barnett at the line for a pair.
I'd like to see, the law of verticality? I would like to just see what the rule is. I mean, I would love to know what the defender was supposed to do there. I thought he moved his feet. I thought he jumped straight up with his hands. And I would like to know what constitutes a foul on that. I mean, not saying the referee missed it. I mean, just sometimes it's a foul, sometimes it's not. And I'm sure coaches like to know, how do you teach your players?
2 of 2 from Barnett. He's got 6. 3-point attempt, no good for Horsey. On the rebound, attacking the basket was Stephon Sherrod, and he has it knocked out of bounds. And that will draw a timeout. Media timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him, folks. 9:54 remaining in the contest here from West Virginia State. Yellow Jackets on top of Notre Dame, 72-56.
Have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty,
you study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
We welcome you back inside the Doris W. and Walter F. Johnson III Arena. You're watching live streaming coverage of Mountain East Conference basketball. From Video Productions, I'm Andrew Miller. Joined alongside my partner, 2-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin. West Virginia State on top of Notre Dame, 72-56. The Falcons coach able to get it to within 14 and 15 a few separate times here, but every time they get close, it's a big bucket for West Virginia State.
Oh, it is. And, boy, Andrew, I just can't get over these beautiful monitors here, our great replays. Oh, nice move. Jordan Rowland with the left-handed finish.
And Rowland taking no time attacking the defense of West Virginia State in transition.
Just had a note past UC beat Alderson Broaddus tonight.
University of Charleston over top of AB. State in the half-court set. Horsey out top to Watkins. And you see Godinez now. He is right up in the grill of Watkins wherever he is on the floor. Pittman tries a three. That one off the mark. And good hustle on the rebound by Barnett. Once again, Rowland will attack. Now gives it off to Crawford. Burton. Well, he thought about pulling the trigger. Now Crawford will. That's short off the rim. The rebound tipped into Godinez's hands. He's in the lane. The shot is up and good. Godinez averaging 3 points a game, has 12 now, and the lead is cut back down to 12. But as you said, Godinez is cramping up.
I'll tell you what, he has got a lot of spunk. He's only 5'9", and here he is fighting for an offensive rebound, showing off his post move. Godinez with the nice post move baby hook. I'll tell you what, the kid's a fighter. The kid plays hard. He's made some great penetrating dribbles and kicked it out to open three-point shooters. And the trainer needs to hustle down there a little bit faster and try to help that young man.
Just a freshman out of Baltimore, Maryland. Second team All-Metro, first team All-County, Player of the Year runner-up, and he's showing why here in his freshman campaign. Here's a nice move. Jump stop by Horsey, and that one up and in. And the lead is back out to 14. Notre Dame trying to claw their way back in. And each time they get a little close, a bucket for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Burton. The drive dish. Baseline drive for Sampson. Kick out. Burton for three. That's good.
Nice shot by Burton. Got to watch Watkins on this possession. Notre Dame's cut it to 11. Just an unforced error by Pittman on the step inbounds.
Notre Dame not going away, and Pittman couldn't hold his footing. Stepped on the inline, and that is a rare turnover. Just the sixth turnover of the game for West Virginia State.
Yeah, unforced error, and Pittman's too good for that. I mean, you can't have an unforced error. You know, I mean, Pittman is only a sophomore, but he's a leader on this team. He can play multiple positions. He'll learn from that mistake, and I wouldn't expect that one to happen again.
Nearly wholesale substitutions, 4 in, 4 out for West Virginia State. Abram, Stone, Moore, and Shockley back in, and immediately Moore grabs a rebound on the miss.
Had a layup to cut it to single digits.
And missed opportunity for the Falcons. Moore will pull back from 15 feet on the elbow.
He's just big shot maker. I mean, he gets all the way to the basket. He has a nice little mid-range. He's got good size for stick backs. He can score in various ways.
Lead back out to 13 for State. Here comes a drive by Rowland to the left side, and a nice controlled move as Abram just let him go by. Didn't want to pick up a foul. Here comes Moore, though. He'll attack right back up against the defense of Notre Dame. Goes Jeremiah Moore as you take a look at this nice drive by Rowland.
Yeah, Rowland gets in there, gets strong to the basket. The help did not come across, and he finished.
Moore went against two defenders there. Got the foul whistled that time on Tylen Crawford. First free throw is good. And watch him attack just two defenders. And on the arm, I guess, would be Crawford with the foul. 2 of 2 is good for Jeremiah Moore. He's got 11 points now, double figures for him, joining Abram and Watkins. Notre Dame with numbers. Good recovery defensively, though, for the Yellow Jackets. And the Falcons will set up in the half-court set. Rolling a step-back three, and Pittman recovers defensively and swats it. Wow.
That's his third block of the night. It is, from a point guard position. Team, and there he is going to the basket. He just does it all. I'll tell you what, Pittman I mean, he can do it on the defensive end. He finishes at the rim. Can get a little better as a three-point shooter, but I just like his all-around game.
We saw him in the first game of the season versus Glenville State fill up the stat sheet, and he has done it again so far here. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocked shots. Here's a deep three on the left side. That one for Burton, no good. And another rebound cleared on the defensive side by Jeremiah Moore. Here comes Moore attacking to the lane. A whistle. And the bucket is good. Shockley there with a little bit of a screen off.
Well, Coach Richmond upset. No help defense. You can't just give him the layup.
Drive and dish in the lane, and a nice shot put up and in by Barnett.
Now, if you see on that play, Moore helped up. You never want to help up. He was on the low block and came up to the elbow to help. Therefore, you get a layup. You want to help across.
And, you think about it, the big situation, the big turning point, at least in the last 3 minutes, was it was an 11-point lead for West Virginia State. Notre Dame had just got the turnover on the unforced error on the inbounds. They had an open look, Coach, at the for a layup that would have cut it to single digits for the first time since the first half. They missed that, and immediately West Virginia State goes on a little run here, and just like that, you blink your eyes, it's back out to a 15-point lead.
Oh, yeah, and it was Jeremiah Moore driving to the basket, drawing fouls. Got him a little breather over there, came in playing with energy. Talking to Coach Poore before the game, he said they were thinking about moving the girls' game. Was up 30 minutes. And I told him where to. I know he gets sleepy at this time.
It's past your bedtime, Coach?
And past Coach Poore's, too.
6 minutes remaining in this one. Abram, who has been silent and just happy to be that way, kind of a decoy here in the second half. He'll try to attack and dishes it beautifully. The slam is off the mark, though, for Shockley. Looking for a rim rocker, and now Burton will attack off the miss. And Burton to the hole for 2.
Yeah, give it to Notre Dame. I mean, they've been down between 10 and 16 most of the night. They keep fighting. They keep playing with the energy. You got all their team clapping a defense chant. Coach Richmond's got their team together.
They're shooting the ball well, nearly 50% from the field. Here's another attack, though. Moore had 2 defenders draped on him. It didn't matter.
So now they need to go out and recruit somebody that can guard Moore.
Yes.
I mean, they don't have anybody that can guard Moore.
They've got Abram taken care of so far here in the second half.
They've done a much better job so far in the second half.
Jeremiah Moore with 12 of his 15 here in the second half of play. And a nice drive by Rowland. The shot is good, and the foul. Take a look at this one.
Quick crossover. Boom, there's the crossover. State, the other 4 players just standing there watching, and hard to guard somebody one-on-one.
Timeout on the court. We'll take it with a media timeout at the 5-minute mark of this contest. West Virginia State hanging on to a 13-point lead over Notre Dame, 84-71.
The Honda CR-V EX is loaded with premium features that you don't have to pay a premium for. Like a turbocharged engine for great performance and fuel efficiency. With advanced features like a blind spot information system. Plus, Apple CarPlay integration for your iPhone. And the best part is, in the CR-V, premium is standard. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
5 minutes remaining in this Mountain East Conference contest featuring West Virginia State Yellow Jackets and the Falcons from Notre Dame College. Both teams will be back in action on Saturday, January 16th, as West Virginia State will travel to Philippi, West Virginia, to Alderson Broadus. And for Notre Dame, they'll be back at home in South Euclid, Ohio, and they will host the University of Charleston. West Virginia State trying to win 2 in a row after losing their opener of the season to Glenville State. Notre Dame lost their first contest and then had their second one versus Wheeling canceled due to COVID issues with Wheeling. And this Notre Dame team still battling within striking distance. Here's a big three, and that one is good. And the closest the Falcons have been since the first half is right now at 10. That was a big three by Jordan Rowland.
Oh, they're on a 9-2 run over the last minute and 5 seconds. And Notre Dame, big possession here. Biggest possession of the game right here.
Rowland with 14. Here comes Moore attacking. And the two-hand slam. Emphatic for Jeremiah Moore. He is unloaded in the second half.
Yeah, he's played a tremendous second half. You know, you just can't leave him on the fake handoff. Fake handoff. Goes in for the slam.
See if the Falcons can answer. Godinez out top. He'll fire the three. Offside rim. And the rebound pulled down by Pittman. He'll slow it and walk it across the timeline at the 4-minute mark of the contest. Now he'll attack. Baseline. High arcing runner is no good. And here comes Crawford. Crawford one-on-one versus Shockley. The layup rolls off the rim.
It was going
My
in.
goodness, it was going in, and Michael Sampson came in to try to one-hand slam it. That was still in the cylinder, Coach.
Yeah, got to let that go. And his teammates came and helped him up. And you see Coach Richmond, now when he was an assistant or director of operations with me at East Tennessee State, he had really good hair. And now he's a head coach, and that hairline just keeps going back each game.
Talking about the stress of coaching college basketball?
I mean, he worked hard, and, boy, he would get the pad at practice and hit our big men, and, boy, they didn't like it. They would go in to finish, and Coach Richmond would knock them down. But that hairline, since becoming a head coach, has receded.
I don't know, Coach. You got a good full head of hair on you.
We didn't lose very much.
3:30 left. A couple of national titles will prove that. Here's Stone with the backup three. Gus Stone, who's been back and forth tonight, he has got 11 now, and every time it seems the Falcons get close, West Virginia State has a big answer. Here's a nice spin move in the lane by Rowland. He'll draw the contact, nearly got the shot to fall. That foul on Shockley, by the way, will be number 5. So Jihad Shockley has fouled out of the game.
Yeah, the West Virginia State's got 3 great shot makers in Abram, Watkins, and Stone. Now, they got to get those 3. You know, I know they're not the big 3, because when you say the big 3, you got to put Moore in there and Pittman. You know, Moore and Pittman are really versatile. They can defend, they can block shots, they can do a lot of things. But those other 3 they're deep range shot makers. And this is the second game that we've done, and they've yet to have all 3 going at the same time. Now you get those 3 going, making shots, and you get Pittman and Moore inside. I mean, on the offensive end, that team would be tremendous, very hard to guard. And then you just have to rebound in a pack. All 5 have to rebound and do those kind of things. But, that's 5 pretty good basketball players right there.
Rowland misses the first. Second is good. And Jordan Rowland has 15 points on the night. Just one behind the leading scorer for the Falcons, Jordan Burton, with 16.
Okay, here comes a ball pick for him. Oh, they went to the down pick and the curl.
Good help defense, and the ball poked away from Abram. And it's loose now in the backcourt. Watkins will track it down.
Where's the shot clock?
Well, that was great help defense.
Oh, they restarted the shot clock?
That was great help defense by Elijah Barnett. Here's another spin jumper put up by Moore. That's off the mark. And on the attack, here comes a nice pass. Shot is up, a whistle, and we'll call a blocking foul on Pittman. As the official, Ricky Post, said that was in the cylinder.
Oh, it was. Great play by Pittman, though. I mean, Pittman coming across. We've seen him block the shots. Now you know he's tough enough to take the hard charge. It was a block. You know, he's the secondary defender. He was outside the restricted area, but he was late, and it was a blocking foul. But as a coach, you love that. I mean, Pittman coming over there to stop the layup, giving his body up. He does a lot of impressive things, Andrew.
One thing, if you're Notre Dame, you cannot afford to do late in this game is miss free throws. 1 of 2 for Crawford. Just 2 of the last 4 are the Falcons at the free throw line. Stone now, he'll attack the basket. That shot is off the mark. Long rebound, up for grabs. It's on the ground, and both teams fighting for it.
Did you see who kept that ball alive? That was Pittman. That was Pittman getting in there, getting a hand on the ball. This lineup right here is a nightmare to defend.
Absolutely. Abram will trigger it inbound. And gets it into Pittman. 2:25 left in this one. Notre Dame, they've got it to 14, back out to 17, down to 14 to 17, down to 10. Right now it's back to 13. Do they have another run in them in the final 2:15? That's going to be a foul and a reach.
That's fine. I mean, that's how you have to guard Pittman. If you foul him, you foul him. You know, he's been stuck at 30 for a long time. And with what he did that first half. What do you have, 27 at the half?
27 at the half. He hit a 3 to start the second half, and that's it.
So give Notre Dame credit. They made some adjustments, played him well. Now, West Virginia State also made some offensive adjustments, and other people picked up the slack. And I think Coach Richmond made a great adjustment at halftime to slow him down. And Coach Poore made a great adjustment to get other people involved.
1 of 2 from Abram. Ball nearly lost by Rowland. He picks it up and found himself right at the basket. Put it up and in.
Abram finally made a mistake for him. He played that lookout D. He let his man go by him and looked at everybody and hollered, "Look out."
Under 2 minutes remaining in this one. West Virginia State has led almost the entirety, sometimes by as many as 20. Pittman going to square up for 3. That would be huge for West Virginia State. It's off the mark. Notre Dame pushing the action. A drive, a dish, and a layup is up and good for Sampson.
Back to 10. This is as close as Notre Dame's been able to get here in the second half.
Burton with a great assist on that play. Abram out top to Watkins. West Virginia State going to force the issue and make Notre Dame either play out the play clock or foul. Here's Abram attacking. And a mistake by Glenn Abram, and that is taking responsibility.
But I don't see that as a walk. I mean, I thought it was a 1-2 Euro. I mean, I don't know. It looks different.
It looks awkward, which sometimes ends up drawing.
Yeah, but I didn't think. I thought he just did a 1-2.
So a big play, a big series here on offense for the Falcons. Can they cut it to single digits? That's going to be a partially blocked three-point attempt. That's blocked by Moore into Pittman's hands, who tried to feed Moore on the run out.
And there's Pittman, just a good teammate. His buddy got a block shot, and he made the wrong play trying to get him a dunk. When Pittman becomes the player that he's going to, because he's an all-conference type player, he's not going to throw that. And he's not going to worry about anybody's feelings, and now the game's down to 8.
That's a big series offensively after the turnover.
Got to foul. You got it to 8. See if they'll miss a free throw.
It will be a foul on Sampson, and he will foul Pittman.
And, boy, such a fine line, Andrew Pittman throwing that ball, trying to be a good teammate. But is that the right play with 55 seconds up 10? No. The right play is pull that out, get the ball to your best free throw shooter, and let him go make 2 free throws.
Pittman on the season, an 83% shooter, just 5 of 6. He has not been to the free throw line tonight. This will be his first trip. With 42 seconds remaining and an 8-point West Virginia State lead. That foul number 3 on Sampson. First free throw off the mark. So
I think the last field goal, I'm sorry, Andrew, for West Virginia State was the dunk by Pittman.
I think so. I think you're right.
I don't think they've had a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes.
Big free throw for both teams. That one missed as well, 0 of 2. So it becomes a good foul for the Falcons. On the attack, Crawford out top. Here's Burton. We got a whistle, and a big foul offensively is going to be called.
He's bleeding
on Crawford, and Abram's going to have to run off of the court because he's got blood coming out of the mouth, and that's where the foul came, apparently.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but there's an elbow or a shoulder right to the mouth. There it is. Yep. And the referee right on it called the offensive foul.
Well, if the official, Ricky Post, had not seen that, Coach, I would not have recognized what happened. It was so fast. So a big call on the offensive foul by Tylen Crawford. So it took an opportunity to cut it to 6 or 5, and it gives the ball back with very little time on the clock to West Virginia State.
Good play by Pittman.
That's a smart move.
Oh, yeah, made the right play, run the time off the clock. Now you have a great free throw shooter at the line.
You're not kidding, a great free throw shooter.
You looked at the stat sheet. I didn't. Well, what's he shooting?
You just knew it. Gus Stone coming into tonight, 12 of 12.
Oh, yeah.
He's 3 of 4 tonight, so 15 of 16 on the season.
Well, I knew he was all-conference 2 years ago. I've watched his stroke. He's got one. A great job of coaching by Coach Poore. He got on Stone the first half hard, but then the last time Stone came out of the game, I watched Coach Poore give him a 5. He's went with him here at crunch time. Stone's playing well the second half. That's a great job of coaching. And he's a senior leader. He's got to be able to take some criticism and go with it. If this team wants to reach their potential.
He makes 1 of 2. So a little glimmer of hope here for the Falcons. Into the corner for 3. That's good. Big play by Tylen Crawford. And that cuts it down to 6 with 15.6 seconds remaining. And Tylen Crawford has had one heck of a second half. He's got 18 now to lead Notre Dame. 3 of 8 from behind the three-point line. He's got 5 rebounds.
Yeah, they're great job by Notre Dame. Coach Richmond never giving up. They've cut it to 6. They've been down all evening. All right, now he's over there telling them, Andrew, they're going to try to deny the inbounds pass. Hold, do whatever you can. Hold them. So what if the referee calls the foul before the ball comes in? No time goes off the clock. So you face guard, you hold them, you do whatever it takes. Sneaky hold, And then if they get the ball in, you may try for a quick trap and a reach and a smack at the ball, but you tell them when you smack that ball, you smack it hard. And if you miss, you make sure you smack their arm hard. You want them to feel a little sting when they go to the free throw line. That's not dirty basketball. You're not undercutting anybody or anything like that. And so, and you may even try to flop. When you're face guard and they break, you may try to flop. But your man who's guarding more, if he sees somebody flop, he has to immediately jump up and take that man and foul. So now we're not face guarding here. 3's got a face guard. Abram 3. There's the trap, and now there it is.
Here's the
got the
steal.
Trap and the steal.
Here's the attack to the basket. The shot blocked though by Pittman. My goodness. That was a great opportunity. They played perfect defense, as you called it, Coach. And the steal for Jordan Rowland, he took it to the hoop, but again, he had to attack Anthony Pittman, who's probably the smartest shot blocker on the floor.
He's great. But now you got to think of this. The difference is 6. There's not going to be that many possessions left. It's got to be a 3. It has to be a 3, unless he's trying to draw the foul maybe and get the and one. But in that instance, and Notre Dame will learn there, they did a great job. He drew it up, drew up the trap, got the steal. But then once you got the steal, you got to realize the difference is 6. 10 seconds left, it's got to be 2 3s.
Pittman hits the first of 2. And he could nearly seal the deal right here. He hits both. Big free throws for Pittman after a big block shot. Hurrying down the court is Burton. He'll pull up from way downtown. That's off the mark short. He'll get his own rebound. He'll put it up. And that is how it will end. I tell you what, Coach, what a battle for Notre Dame. They were down as many as 20 points in the second half. The youth showing with some inexperience, but it also showed with motivation throughout.
Oh, it did. It did. Notre Dame played a tough game. West Virginia State used Abram the first half. He dominated, was just on fire. And then the second half, it was more balanced. Notre Dame did a good job of slowing Abram down. And when they did that, Pittman stepped up, Stone stepped up, Moore stepped up. And a great team win for West Virginia State.
8-point victory for West Virginia State over Notre Dame College. West Virginia State improves to 2-1 overall and in conference. So 2 now for the Falcons. Take a quick break for our sponsors. When we come back, give you some statistics and wrap things up here from Institute West Virginia.
The Honda Pilot is great for family adventures. As as well as the not-so-friendly ones. We made it tougher than it needed to be. Because you never know what you'll come up against. The Honda Pilot with available all-wheel drive. The ultimate modern family SUV.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
And I'd never had a cavity. I had 5 of them. So those
we
sugars.
welcome you back inside the doors. W and Walter F. Johnson, the Third Arena. Love the post-game stuff. We are fighting over some mints here, Coach Bullock, and I am the farthest away from that. And well, we have a good time here tonight. And we were treated to a very good game here tonight. West Virginia State over top of Notre Dame. I tell you what, a very valiant battle for this very young Notre Dame team. They were down by as many as 20 points in the second half. They fought back continuously in that second half. They were down by 14, and West Virginia State would make it 19. They were down by 15, they'd make it 18. They were down by 12, they'd make it 15. They just wouldn't go away. They got it all the way back to 6, and in fact, with a 6-point deficit in 15 seconds, got a turnover on West Virginia State, just couldn't get it to happen at that point, and West Virginia State able to finish it out.
Well, that's true in our graphic. Well, what a graphic. Robbie Mounts upset with us, our producer, upset with us. You know, he concentrated the whole game and we had one slip. But look at the graphic. Both teams with 30 field goals. Okay, the difference, West Virginia State made 14 threes and Notre Dame made 7. That's a difference of 7. They won the game by 8. So they have one more free throw. So the analytics just plays a part. I mean, both teams 30 field goals, one team 18 free throws, one team 19. But you look at those three-pointers, 14 out of 23 too. Wow, West Virginia State shot the basketball.
Absolutely did. Regular field goal statistics, almost 50% for the Falcons. That was not the issue. 49.1%. West Virginia State, 43%. The three-point shooting, though, was the issue for West Virginia State. 42.4% to just 26% for the Falcons. They shot just 7 of 26, as you see from behind the arc. 17 turnovers for the Falcons, who had, by the way, 15 turnovers early in the second half. So they kept a hold of the basketball for the final 16 minutes of that ball game. 11 turnovers for West Virginia State. Individual scoring, it was led by Glenn Abram, who basically led throughout, and he could have not played in the second half, and he still would have had the most points. 31 points for Abram, just 4 in the second half. He didn't need to score. 10 of 16 shooting, 8 threes in this ball game. He was 8 for 12 behind the line for the Yellow Jackets. Followed up by Jeremiah Moore, who had a big second half. 17 points on 6 of 12 shooting, added 9 rebounds, just 1 away from a double-double. Gus Stone had a big second half as well. All 12 of his points in the second half on 3 of 9 shooting, 2 threes, 4 of 6 from the line for Stone. Pittman just continues to do what he does. 11 points, 12 rebounds. That's a double-double for Pittman, but he also had 4 assists, 4 blocked shots in this ball game. Trayon Watkins contributing 11 points as well on the night. For Notre Dame, they were led on the night by Tylen Crawford, who was big down the stretch, finished with 18 points on 7 of 17 shooting, 3 3-point baskets on 3 of 8 shooting for him, followed up by Jordan Rowland, 17 points on 7 of 15 shooting. Rowland also had 6 rebounds on the night and 16 points for Jordan Burton on 4 of 9 shooting on the afternoon as well. So those 3 led the way, but you can't forget about John Godinez off the bench, the 7th or 8th man off the bench, 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting. He had 2 assists as well in this one. So a lot of bright spots if you're a coach, Mark Richmond for Notre Dame, a lot to learn from and a lot to get better at. And for West Virginia State and head coach Brian Poore, you got 2 in a row.
Oh, exactly what you said. Notre Dame can learn a lot. 14 out of 15 players, it's their second ever D2 basketball game. They ran into a great team in West Virginia State. West Virginia State has a lot of room to improve, but they can do it. They can step up and improve individually as a unit, and they have enough talent to go win the conference this year. So I know that's their goal. I know that's what they're expecting, and I see them continuing to get better as the year goes out, if they can stay away from the COVID.
And a very difficult conference indeed. You've pulled up some of those men's team scores from tonight. There's a lot of games going on around this conference. Give us some updates on the scores here.
Well, looks like Fairmont beat D&E 87-70. That looks like the other night. Let's see tonight. Concord beat West Virginia Wesleyan 73-69, and West Liberty beat Fairmont 96-84, and Glenville State goes to 3-0, beat D&E 90-85.
Well, Coach, it's been a good night tonight here as we close out another MEC basketball game. Glad we're even able to watch some basketball, and we're very proud that we can present this online streaming content for you all in this era of COVID where fans are not allowed in the stands. 93-85 is your final score here tonight. West Virginia State defeats Notre Dame College. You've been watching live video productions, streaming content of Mountain East Basketball Conference action brought to you by the Little General Stores. For my color commentator, 2-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bolin, and our entire crew, Josiah Mounts and Garrett Lester, our camera operators. Robbie Mounts is our game producer. I'm Andrew Miller. Video Productions is a live production of executive producer Butch Mounts.